Monk from Uber Rock Television, and we're backstage here at Voodoo, and we're thankful to be backstage because it's fucking Baltic outside, blowing a gale and pissing down with rain as typical Belfast in December. Say, we're nice and warm, and the reason we're here, we're joined by a man who could well be described as a living legend in the British thrash scene. And just off camera, he's flashing like crazy. H from Acid Rain, welcome back to Belfast.
Hello, man.
You've been here a few times over the years.
Yeah. I mean, and thank you for describing me. It always makes me laugh when I get described as a thrash legend, which
we always mean it very tongue in cheek.
Well, oh, fuck off! It's great. It's because I always think whenever anyone says that, I always think, fuck me, the title of legend has just been downgraded yet again. You know, if I'm in the club, do you know what I mean? And I always think of like people I think of legends, and it's like, yeah, no, that's really not me. But yeah, well, Belfast, you know, that we had the legendary Rosetta gigs back in the day, which were fucking awesome.
Do you know it's now a branch of Tesco's?
Don't. Because for every Rosetta, there's a Warrington Park Hall, there's an Edinburgh venue, every single venue we ever played is now a something, and it's just depressing. Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Let's get a bit more upbeat. And of course, we were here 4 years ago, and for all your viewers who, if anyone's missing this, we're going to be back in Dublin on May the 2nd. There's a big festival being announced. So if anybody fancies the trek over to Dublin, May the 2nd in 2020, there's going to be a festival in the
National Stadium.
Stadium.
I think they've announced some of the details, but not all. They haven't announced the likes of yourselves yet. So that's exclusive.
Can't say who else is going to be on, but I can when the camera's off.
Do you know it's in a bingo hall?
It's a boxing venue, isn't it?
Yeah, they use it for boxing. But
yeah, no, don't give me the bingo hall bullshit. It's a boxing venue, right? And let's move past.
Yeah, well, they make a testament they're playing there in February. So
there you go.
If there's anything left of it,
and that's a testament to what a cracking venue it is.
It is.
See what I did there, kids?
I heard to tell this guy's a stand-up comedian.
It takes 25 years to get this shit down. I'll tell you. Can I swear? Is that all right?
Yes, of course.
Sorry for the count. Sorry for the camera shaking, but I'm pissing myself laughing.
Cool.
The reason you're over here, the Age of Entitlement, part 1 of the tour. You've alluded to further elements of it later on.
Yeah.
First album in 29 years.
Yeah.
29. Why choose now to release a new album? Was it just the time was right?
Well, we didn't choose now. We chose 2 years ago to start the process. So. Without knowing when it was going to, see the light of day. But we did in 2017 we released The Man Who Became Himself, the second comeback single, and we did a UK tour for that. Well, I say UK, didn't include Belfast, so apologies for that. And after that, it was kind of like, we need to take some time out and actually focus on writing an album. Because we've done 2 songs in 2 years, and at this rate, it's going to be 10 years before we get an album out. So in the summer of 2017, we spent a week living at mine, and so everybody crashing at mine and working on the songs. You know, we spent a week. That was basically, we did office hours. We were in the studio. We were in the rehearsal studios for 10 a.m. and we finished up at 6 p.m. And we had the bulk of the songs, and we just had to kind of stress test them. And some of them I'd done vocals for, and some of them I hadn't. So I mean, for instance, I think My Piece of Hell. When we were writing that, we were piecing the song together, but there was no vocals for it, and I was literally coming up with ideas. Like in the room and going, right, okay, yeah, that's going to work and that's going to work. And the New Low, I knew straight away that the set of lyrics that I had for the New Low were going to fit that music perfectly. And they're kind of like this sort of rappy Slipknot tribute. Middle Eight was like, I think within the second time of playing the New Low all the way through, I was like, oh, this is just going to be fucking awesome, this section, right here. And it's like, so we did that for a whole week, and then it was me putting vocals on songs that didn't have vocals that we'd worked on, and so by the end of 2017, we were like, we're going to be ready to record this, you know. So we worked on the songs, stress tested them, moved this here, moved that there. Once I demoed the vocals, it changed the feel of some songs, so you had to go back and rearrange and change things, and then we went into the studio with Jace. We had an offer from 2 major producers to work with them. We decided to go with Jace because Jace was just so keen to do it, and now he'd done The Man Who Became Himself. We knew that was what he could produce, and that session was cursed. It was an absolute nightmare. I'm not going to go into it, but it was a nightmare. And given what he got out of that session, what he had to work with was just horrendous. We thought, like, well, imagine what he could pull off if he's in on it from the ground up. So we went with Jace, and we started recording on the 1st of August 2018. And I was actually, I think I was in. I think we had an end of recording party, which was also Jace's birthday, and it took place in a hotel that the studio is kind of attached to, and that was I think that was Saturday the 28th of September 2018. The album came out on Friday the 29th of September 2019. So yeah, so started writing summer 2017, started recording summer 2018, album released September 2019. So
long old process.
But we'd done 2 new singles, but you can only go so far with that. And to be honest, everybody, this was the great thing as well, is that all of the Acid Rain fans just kept saying, that's you guys, your play. They just kept saying, when's the new album, none of this, oh, when are you going to play The Fear in full, or when are you going to play Obnoxious in full, or when are you going to play, which is really cool. It was like nobody harping back to the past, everybody wanting to have new music, which is awesome, because ever since it came back, we came back with a brand new single, we didn't do it like everybody else came back, played all their old stuff forever, and then said, right, we're going to do some new stuff. We came back with a new single straight off the bat, and then another one, and I think that basically gave people a taster of what we're capable of. They just want to hear more of that. So it without doubt, obviously there's a huge nostalgia element to us coming back, but we were playing a brand new song in the set from the very first gigs we started doing, and so that developed this what's next amongst the Acid Rain fans. So we delivered The Age of Entitlement.
There's been a whole massive resurgence as well in the British thrash scene in particular. Has that helped bring you to new audiences, the fact that there's younger fans are interested in the genre now?
I'd love to say yes. No. For one simple reason. The internet's a big place. I mean, we played Glasgow on Friday, and there was a guy who came along, and I was by the merch desk, and he was like, "Are you H?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh yeah, it's great to meet you." He's like, massive fan from back in the day. Only found out you'd come back last week. So you think you've done everything you can.
Yeah.
What you have to remember is the internet is a massive place, and it's where everyone goes for their information. So I think IBM did, this is one of my favourite facts at the moment, IBM did a research, a survey of the internet. There is more than one website per human being on the planet. So it's just like, prime example, this guy, huge fan of Acid Rain back in the day, found out literally 8 days ago that we were back. Not in 2015 when we got the first single out, not in between. No, literally a week before. And some people finding it, and the new kids, the only way they're going to see it is in a playlist on Spotify, or if they happen to be on a web news site as we announce some news, because you're only on page 1 for about 2 to 3 hours before you get bumped off it. A lot of people just go look at the homepage, that's it, gone. You know, I always like go back a few pages to where the last article I saw and then see what news I missed. But so to be honest, it's everything comes down to where do people get their news. You know, so far, I mean, here's the best answer to your question. Always do a survey every night. How do you get into blah 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 blah? In Glasgow, who got into us through the age of entitlement? Right, packed out venue, 2 people. So to answer your question, that answers your question right there. And one was 19, one was 21. So, you know.
Yeah. The internet, it makes music more accessible, but it also makes a massive challenge for bands as well, because there is all that noise out there, and there's so much competing for your attention.
It's great for that, but it's getting your message out that's the problem. It's getting your message out. That's the tough part. Is actually people finding out what you're doing. I mean, you know, back in the day, put an advert in, you know, Kerrang, an advert in Metal Hammer, an advert in, you know, Rock Sound or whatever. Boom, job done. The UK knows we're on tour. You know. So and now instead there's 10,000 websites to put that message in. So the chances of people who are into you and will go and see you live, but they need to see you on that website because that's where they get that news. And that website decided not to run a story on you touring or you're having an album out, or you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm not complaining. I'm saying that is how it is. That is the state of affairs. That's not, oh, woe is me, fucking hell. It's not like it used to be back in the day. Not at all. Not at all. It's just that's the way it is, and it can be a bit disheartening at times. But you know, it is what it is.
Well, it's the same from our perspective. When we get something like 500 emails a day, we have to filter out the noise and the traffic and look at what are our readers actually reading? What bands are they interested in reading about? What styles of music? You know, we're quite lucky. We've got a very broad readership demographically because we cover a lot of different genres. But
Well, I know because you guys have covered us like ever since we came back, and I think I remember a particularly good review of our Bloodstock show in 2016. I'm sure you guys covered that.
I'm sure we did.
and you definitely covered, I think, either our Manchester or London show with Zentrix.
Probably Manchester, yeah. Big Justin, probably.
Yeah. So thanks for the support, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. So you've got this quite short run of dates at the moment.
Yeah, 4 gigs. Yeah. We've got a bit of a nerve even calling it a fucking tour.
Well, it does clearly say part 1.
Exactly, and underneath there's more dates to come in 2020, and then people post comments like, and so you put like, you know, we're on the road, and it's like, you get comments like, are you not playing Manchester then? It's like, well, is that a question? Because like the tour dates are right there. Do you fucking see Manchester up there?
You might be next year, but to keep your powder dry.
Well, people put like Manchester question mark, or when are you coming to so and so? And it's like, well, when we announce the dates, you'll know. You know. But again, funny enough, this all speaks to kind of like the title of the album, The Age of Entitlement, which is unbeknownst to a lot of people. The artwork and the title is not having a go at the age of people who are entitled, as in it's not having a pop at millennials or anything like that. It's having a pop at the fact that we live in an age where entitlement seems to be the thing. I see it a lot in comedy. You know, people come up and say, oh, I found that very offensive. It's like, oh, right, okay, you know, you've had your say. Well, you know, what are you going to do about it? Well, nothing, you know, you can fuck off home. You've been heard. Bye-bye. Well, surely, you know, but I have been offended. What happened? You know, surely there is something. No, there isn't. But, you know, it's this, and, you know, this is why I say the age of entitlement. People of any age are capable of being entitled. And I found it quite amusing that some millennial groups on Facebook and things like that have think that we're having a go at them, which by itself is quite entitled. But
proving your point.
Sorry, but yeah, but it is. But that's not my point. The point is that like we announce tour dates and people go, oh, you know, why aren't you coming to Manchester? You know, why aren't you coming to my town? And this is like, you know, a fucking 45-year-old postman. Ain't no fucking millennial, but everyone does it. Oh, why aren't you playing mates? Oh, sorry. Oh, how, you know, it's our job to fucking jump when you say how high, is it? Fuck off.
Yeah, you see it over here, but people complaining about others are sure they're not coming to Northern Ireland. They forget that little bit of water in between is probably the most expensive stretch of water on the entire planet in terms of the logistics of getting a band across it, either from you guys coming here or our bands going to England.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, what, £1,000 or something before you even set your gear up.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap. So, as I've just found out. But look, you know, Ireland for us has always been, you know, it's always been amazing. I mean, the Rosetta gigs was stuff of legend. McGonagall's was the stuff of legend. You know, I mean, it's just, you know, it's great to be back, and so many people, you know, came up to us last night. I'm sure come up tonight with their stories of back in the day, but also their stories of 4 years ago. And yeah, we haven't, you know, we haven't been over here for 4 years, and then we're going to be back in Dublin in May next year. You know, that's the way it goes. That's how things fall sometimes.
So, that sounds like a positive note to end on. For all of you who want to see Acid Rain playing somewhere near you in 2020, well, you're just going to have to follow their Facebook page, aren't you?
Alright, this could have gone on a lot longer, by the way, if you're thinking, oh, I wish I'd seen more of that.
Could have.
It's his idea to pack up there. Right? I mean,
this man's
I've got nowhere to be. Soundchecks are another hour, but apparently he's in a rush to do something or go somewhere. You know what I mean? Is that it? You run out of questions.
Okay, I say packets of crisps, sir. What's your favourite flavour of crisps? And why are you eating Walkers? Why aren't you eating Tato? Northern Ireland, good old Northern Ireland crisps.
I think it's quaint that you think that we buy our own rider. Blame the fucking promoter. It's the same guy who doesn't put the water in the fridge. Here in the fridge, water outside, room temperature. No, so in all seriousness, thank you very much for the coverage over the years, and thank you for coming today as well. And ask me about the new album. Oh, what do I think of the new album? I fucking love it, thanks. Do I think it's our best album ever? I do, great question.
See, you must get asked that question every fucking interview, so we don't ask those questions.
Yeah, no, to be honest.
We always used to ask, what was your favourite, people, singers know, what's your favourite flavour of ice cream? Things like that.
Right, okay, yeah, well,
yeah,
cool.
Talk about everything except the bloody album.
Well, if you've heard any of my podcasts, you'll know that's exactly what I do as well. It's like, I mean, I interviewed Barney from Napalm, and the interview is 50 minutes long, and we get to music after about 35 minutes, I think. People are like, oh, where's the music? You know, we just talk about like science and religion. Oh, by the way, the name of my podcast is Talking Bollocks. Go find it, kids. Yeah, no, the questions that are really annoying are, so, you came back in 2015. Tell us how you managed to put the band together, and did you try and like I'm like, oh god.
Now, well, I asked you those questions in 2015, so it
exactly. Yeah,
I'm not going to ask them again.
No, but that's really cool. But with the album coming out, it's like a lot of people didn't realise, or there's new media outlets who are interested in us, and it's kind of like, don't get me wrong, it's great to have that kind of exposure, but the price to pay for getting that exposure is having to go back in time and reel off all of the boring bullshit about we tried to reform, but it didn't work out. We got there, and blah 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 blah. It's just like, and it's like we've just put a new album out, and they want to go back 4 years. It's like da 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 da, and now we're into the questions that I'm actually interested in, because it's all about the new album, you know. We're chuffed to pieces with it. I'm so glad for Jace Lewis as well, who's had real great props from the thrash community for his production on the album, because we wanted to go. What we didn't want was something that sounds like it's mixed for earbuds, you know, the typical thrash production, and it's just exactly the same on every song, you know, and it's just like, and every song could, you know, the songs on the album could be in any order. We wanted to take people on the journey, you know, some mid-pace songs, some long songs, some short songs, and really kind of take you on the journey. And the idea being that you listen to our album, it's 10 tracks, 45 minutes, you're in, you're out, but it kind of feels wrong to take songs out of it and put them on the playlist. Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, it's actually meant to be listened to like that. You know, we spent a lot of time sequencing the tracks. It's the whole concept is there. The whole concept is there for you to listen to, you know? And I think this is the first time ever in my entire career that I'm getting good reviews for my vocals. So I'm chuffed to pieces. I'm absolutely fucking...
You're doing something right for a change.
I am. I mean, it's taken long enough. You know, that 19-year-old kid who was given a kicking all round by Kerrang is now a 49-year-old man who really knows my voice inside out and what I can do and what I can't do. And some of the reviews have brought a tear to my eye. They've been so good. It's just something I've never had before. So for this tour, I got back to school. There's a lady on YouTube called Beth Walls, Beth Roars. She is a contemporary singing teacher and singer herself, and she has a great YouTube channel where she critiques, you know, vocalists of all genres and metal as well. And I follow her. And I took a visit to her website and realised that she's based over the other side of London. And looked at singing lessons and what she was charging and thought, well, I haven't had any for about 25 years. So I went to see her and had some lessons and changed my warm-ups, I now have a warm down, which I never had before. Ironed out some creases in my technique that had developed since my last singing lessons 25 years ago. And you know, no drinking, no smoking, 3 weeks before tour. The singing lessons and everything else. Because having had these wonderful reviews, the best reviews I've ever had in my career, how shit would it be if people come live and I can't deliver it? So it's kind of like, you know, someone said to me, wow, that's amazing dedication, and it's like, do you know what? It's not. It's pretty much what is required. You know, because if I don't do this, it might seem like it's dedication, but it's like, well, if you don't do it, it'll be shit. I mean, we're sat here talking the day after Anthony Joshua has just beaten Ruiz in the rematch, and Ruiz lost because he didn't do the preparation that was necessary.
Yeah.
The fat bastard. you can't do elite level sport and sit around and party and eat Mars bars for 3 months, you know, and you can't do this and drink and smoke and, you know, act like a dickhead. So I've really had to put in the hours, but that's what's required, and hopefully people out there are going to reap the benefit.
Well, it is dedication in a way, because it's dedication to being the best that you can be.
Well, it's exactly that. It is being. You got all Roy Castle on me. keeping my references very contemporary there. Roy Castle, who died how many years ago? So yeah, no, but I guess. Do you know what? I never look at it as dedication. I look at it as, you see, when it comes to what I'm doing here, it's called dedication. But somebody watching this, there is definitely a bin man watching this, right? There's one in our band. There's definitely a bin man watching this who gets up at 5 o'clock every morning. Well, that's dedication. It's like, well, yeah, but you know, no, it's just when I have to get up because I work and then I get paid. It's like, well, yeah, I kind of have to go and do singing lessons, and I have to not drink and I have to not smoke because my job is to sing. When it comes to something like music or the arts, it's like, oh yeah, but you can afford to have a few beers. Well, no, you can't. Just the same way that if you turn up to your job as a bin man having had a couple of beers, it's not cool. Well, you know, and all of a sudden, you know, you're kicking people's bins over and you've left stuff behind, and people who are supposed to have the bins tidied away getting fucked off with you. Well, people might say, oh, you can have a few drinks, can't you? Oh, you can have a few beers, you can have a few splits. And it's like, yeah, really, you want to pay 15 quid and come and see that shit show, do you? Probably not.
It's respect for the fans.
It is, and you know, we're all punters. We're all punters, and I've got no time for anyone who turns up on stage and isn't absolutely fucking on it, because if I can do it, then literally anyone can. And it's disrespectful, especially in this day and age, especially because every gig that you play, for me, you're playing 3 gigs. You're playing the gig tonight, for everybody here. We want to smash it. That leads to hopefully coming back. And then the third gig is there's somebody in the audience who runs the show, or nobody knows somebody who runs the show who now wants to book you. So every gig is 3 gigs, potentially, but every gig is definitely 2 gigs tonight, and that means you get to go back there as well, so it's a future gig. So why would you fuck that up? You know, I mean, it's just basic, isn't it? It's basic. You always give of your best no matter what you do.
Yeah,
What do you do?
I run the Voodoo Rock full time.
Full time? Fucking hell. How do you make any money out of that?
We don't. We do it for the love.
I was going to say, is it a non? I always say it's a not-for-profit.
No, it's not for profit.
And you go, oh, that's amazing. You go, well, no, that's just the way it's worked out. That's not how we set out. You know?
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, we'd love to make some money, but it's turned out it's a not-for-profit.
We'd love to. On that note, we are definitely going to sign off this time.
And the camera lady, what's your name?
Dark.
Sorry?
I'm the Dark Queen.
You're the Dark Queen. Oh, are you sure this is for a rock site? The Dark Queen? Right, okay. This is going on porn sites, isn't it? You're not knowing this like
Yeah, we really work for Pornhub.
all sorts of shit. So her arm is killing her as well, and with a name like Dark Queen, I'm surprised she hasn't got a stronger right arm, if you know what I'm saying, lads. Anyway, thank you very much.
Well, it's been great to have you back in Belfast. Looking forward to the show tonight.
Great.
Hopefully at some stage we will see you back here.
Yeah, definitely. I really hope so. Really hope so. Cheers, guys.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Signing off.
Support us and support Uber Rock and support Talking Bollocks podcast.
Indeed. And signing off in our usual style. Keep her lit. Keep her between the hedges. But above all, keep it fucking metal.